So yes, good morning. It is that day of the weekend. It's my late shift at work, which means, of course, it is time to do a weird layering video. And what you would have just seen, if you weren't sure, is something called a detergent or a laundry detergent sheet. Essentially, my mum and dad have been away recently, and I've been a bit lazy. I've been very, very lazy actually, because normally you put all the liquids in the washing machine, fabric softener, all those things. Me and my brother, we've been a little bit lazy. Basically, you just put this sheet in the washing machine. It's got a fragrance in it. This one's called sort of linen, clean linen sort of smell. And yeah, you just put it on top, press play, and it cleans all your washing as well. So that's why it's sort of disintegrated on my arm. That's what it's meant to do when it's in the washing machine with your clothing. So essentially, if you haven't seen this before, I'm testing out different things, home items essentially, that could hopefully increase the performance of some of my weaker fragrances, because there's some fragrances I've got in my collection. I love the smell of them, but they don't particularly last. I want to see if I can find something that can help improve performance, but also maybe change the scent for the better as well, because I also have other fragrances I don't particularly like the scent DNA. So yeah, essentially that's what we're going to do. I think this one could be a good one because of course this is going to make your clothes smell nice and clean. So hopefully this will make my arm smell nice and clean as well. So I'm just going to do a quick initial impression of what it smells like. It's very nice. Yeah, it just smells like really, really clean washing, which is what it should do. It's basically like washing out on the line that's just been washed. Luxurious soap, that is the main thing I'm getting from this. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to grab a fragrance, and for today I'm going to finish my little tester here. This is Black Pepper by Marks and Spencer. They have these little discovery sets. This is a 2ml sample set, and it's really nice. It just smells like a masculine body spray. Black Pepper's in a lot of men's fragrances, but the performance on it is not very good. It's one of them again where for the first hour, maybe 2 hours, you can smell it. People around you maybe in the first half an hour, but after that it doesn't work at all. So the side without my watch on is going to be the side with the detergent sheet and the fragrance layered on top, and then this side is just on my watch side, just the fragrance on its own, and we will see which one does the best today. So yeah, really looking forward to doing this one. Going to get into my running gear now, and then we'll do an initial impressions if anything's different between the two sides. Okay, so we're back in the room, so let's give it a smell. It's been about 15 minutes now since I applied the layering. Let's see what we can smell. So this is the side with the layering. Oh, okay. And this is the side just with the fragrance on its own. So I thought the first thing I particularly noticed straight away was that the spice has come off. This side with the black pepper with the layering on the detergent sheet definitely isn't quite as sharp as this side, but what it has done, oh, it's got this horrible like greasy smell. I'm really surprised. I thought this was going to be a really, really nice smell to start with, but I'm almost getting this like, it's almost like you've got really sweaty, you've not washed your clothes, and then you've put it back on after 2 or 3 days. That horrible smell. I'm sure you've had that feeling if anyone does their exercise, where you haven't put something in the wash, you forgot to put it in the wash, and then a few days later you smell your top. It's like, wow, that really stinks. That's what I'm getting there. Not very pleasant at the moment. So other than that, performance seems much the same, both quite strong at the minute. There's no two ways about it. The fragrance on its own is a lot better. I'm very surprised. I thought this white linen smell would just tone down that spice, which it has, and then give this kind of refined, soapy, luxurious soap sort of smell. That's not what I'm getting at the minute. So yeah, very interesting. Maybe this is why people don't put detergent sheets on their arm. But what we're going to do, we're going to head out for my run now. We're going to do the 3 sort of checkpoints during my run. So sort of 4, 8, 12 miles essentially. And yeah, we'll just update you as we go along and see how long it lasts. We'll then do an indoor impressions when we get back. So yeah, I'll see you out there. And we are off, and it is another gorgeous morning. I don't think it's going to be too much longer before I have to retire these running coats for another year. Hopefully summer is coming soon, but it's time to do the first checkpoint on my run then, to see how much the layering is worth, this detergent sheet, because we're about an hour in essentially. So pull my coat up a bit so you don't hear my zip bashing about. Okay, so it has changed a little bit actually since I did my initial impressions. Now, when I first did it with the layering, with that detergent sheet, when I smelled it inside, the one thing I noticed is my arm was still quite damp. When that detergent sheet was so mushy on my arm when you saw me put it on, it was almost feeling a little bit uncomfortable, a bit sticky on my arm. And I wonder if it was almost giving me that kind of boggy smell that I was on about. because I hadn't really let the fragrance from the sheet sort of soak into my skin. It's definitely done that now, but there's no two ways about it. The actual black pepper fragrance itself is the most dominant thing here. I really do have to inhale to get that sort of clean linen, clean washing smell just coming through at the end there. It's almost more like it's in the dry down of the fragrance than in the opening where I was expecting it. And on the other side, I'm getting a bit of the fragrance, but there's no two ways about it. The side with the detergent sheet smells a lot stronger. It definitely has a stronger smell to it. Where I'd say, it's been about an hour since I applied them. The side with the layering is probably about 85% as strong. Now, I'd probably say the side without the layering with my watch on, just the fragrance on its own, is about 65-70% as strong as when I applied it. But neither smell overly different. It's not like that detergent sheet's really overpowered the fragrance at the moment. You wouldn't particularly know there was anything else on your skin. Subconsciously, obviously I do. And I think you really have to dig your nose into your arm to really detect that kind of extra musky smell that I'm getting from the layering side. The one thing I'm noticing more than anything is just slightly improved performance. So yeah, we'll update you in a little bit of time. A few miles will go by and we'll see, if it's any stronger or if it's changing the scent at all. Well, so it's been about an hour and a half now since I applied the fragrance. I must admit I'm no more awake than when I started about an hour ago. To be honest with you, I'm absolutely knackered today because the foxcubs are keeping me awake in the garden. So I think now I need this fragrance to help pull me through for the second half of the run, and that's what I'm hoping it's going to do. So let's try with the layering. Let's try without. Okay, well, we have got a little bit of a change. So again, it's been about an hour and a half since I put the fragrance on, and I'll be honest with you, it's really starting to wear off on both sides. So the side with the layering, the black pepper and the detergent sheet combined, the fragrance is probably about 55% as strong as it was when I applied it, maybe 60%. And then on the other side, you're probably talking about 30-40% at most. It's almost half as strong as when I smelled my arm about half an hour ago for checkpoint 1. Really disappointing with this fragrance. It just does not last. It's a very nice, easy to pull off smell, but it just doesn't have any bite about it. But the main difference I'm getting here is the side with the detergent sheet and the black pepper fragrance. I feel like now if someone was to smell that side of my arm and I say, what can you detect? They'd say, it almost smells like you put soap on. Rather than half an hour ago when I think I had the black pepper as the most dominant thing, I think someone else would have said, you've put on a nice spray, for example. So the soap's definitely become the more dominant thing now. And actually it's very pleasant. It's much more suited to the exercise. Whereas I think in an office environment when I go to work later, I'd rather smell more like the fragrance just with what I'm doing and what I'm wearing. But other than that, there's no two ways about it. The performance is definitely stronger on that detergent sheet side, which makes sense because you want these, scents, these nice smells to linger in your clothes, probably than you'd expect a cheap sort of £10 fragrance to linger on your skin. But yeah, other than that, I have to say so far, everything seems pretty well blended together. It doesn't feel like the two notes are particularly separate. It's just the pendulum switched in terms of which one's more dominant. But yeah, one more checkpoint to do on this run, and hopefully this will still last. I'm enjoying it a lot more than when I first felt it this morning. That sort of pongy sweat smell has definitely gone. Okay then, so final checkpoint during my run. I must admit, I've certainly conserved a bit of energy, so I'm not as hot today, and hopefully that will mean the fragrance will have a little bit more staying power than when normally I push a little bit harder. So it's been about 2 hours now since I applied the fragrance. That's the side with the detergent sheet. That's the side with the layering. Okay, interesting. So I'll be honest with you, on both sides, it now feels like the black pepper's coming through a little bit more. And probably the reason for that is, of course, when I put the detergent sheet on my arm, I obviously mixed it with water. And obviously water, anything that's watery, isn't obviously going to have as long lasting a smell because it's not got that same consistency as an oil does. And I think that's giving the fragrance that little bit last hurrah before it completely disappears more than the detergent sheet. So I'm getting more of that peppery smell, but there still is that little hint of white linen, hint of sort of musk in the background on the layering side, and it's probably about 30 to 35% as strong as when I applied it 2 hours ago. This side is definitely still more prominent black pepper, and it probably hasn't declined quite as much in the last sort of half an hour since checkpoint 2. It's probably now 15 to 20% as strong. And I'd probably say if you gave this another hour, which would be interesting when I get back to do my indoors impression, I almost think these will smell almost just as strong as each other, and maybe almost smell identical, because I just think the oil from the fragrance will just have that extra long lasting effect. I think if I'd almost put a load of fragrance on to sort of mush this and dissolve this detergent sheet down, I think we maybe would have got a different outcome. But because I use water, it probably hasn't soaked into the skin in the same way. It's not going to stick into your pores in the same way, but it's certainly not a bad smell today. It's certainly mixing a lot nicer than some of the others I've done before. And yeah, I'm really interested when I get back just to do an indoor impressions, because definitely throughout the duration of this run, the side with the detergent sheet has felt a stronger fragrance and mixed okay, not too bad at all. But yeah, they're both definitely now more heavy on the black pepper than anything else. They smell very similar. I don't think you detect any real difference between each side if you got someone to smell both sides of your arm. So yeah, very interesting. And yeah, looking forward to doing that one more checkpoint when I get back. So yeah, let's get this done. I need to lie down after this and a coffee, and then we'll do our indoor impressions. We are back. It is now time to smell my arms then and see if this detergent sheet has done its job. Well, there's no two ways about it. The stronger side is the side with the layer, with the detergent sheet on. And it is a little bit cleaner, but if I'm being honest with you, it's 90 to 95% the fragrance, and then maybe like a 5-10% of that sort of musky cleans in the background, but it's no two ways about it. That side is probably about 25%. It's really held on well, actually. And that side's completely gone. Maybe 5%, but there's nothing there at all. So very interesting. Why that is it the detergent sheet? Is it the fact it was kind of like paper mache on my arm? Maybe so. Maybe that has just helped to cling to the fragrance, because it definitely felt a bit sticky at first, and I think that's what was leading to its boggy smell. It was like you had a wet tissue on your arm. But it's very nice, and that is by far the strongest I've ever smelt this fragrance after this period of time. After doing a 12-mile run, 3 hours since I applied the fragrance. Very good. I'm impressed. I'm a little bit surprised there, because I'm not quite sure the reason behind it. I'm not sure if it's the detergent sheet or what. It would have been interesting if I didn't maybe dissolve that detergent sheet too much on my arm, if I kept it on, how that would have done as well. So maybe we can use those ones again. But yeah, better not waste too many more, because I still need to wash plenty of clothes before my mum don't get back from their holiday, because of course I've got so much running stuff that I get through. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this one today. Better crack on as I'm at work. But yeah, thanks for watching. Plenty more videos to come. Another film coming soon as well. So yeah, I'll catch you later.